Begin by getting into whatever position feels best to you. Listen to your body, making any adjustments you need to be most comfortable now. And when you're ready, softly close your eyes and begin to tune into your breath and body. Letting the air be a gift. Feeling yourself receiving the gift on every in-breath and extending it to the world on every out-breath. Recognizing your part in it all. Receiving the gift of fresh air from the earth. Giving her back the gift in the form of carbon dioxide on every out-breath. Feeling the mutual benefit of this giving and receiving with the earth through the air. Affirm to yourself, I'm part of it. Sense and feel how you are part of the all. How we all are and always will be. To separate is to cease to be having this human experience. So, while we're having it, identifying the fact that we are never separate serves us. Feeling the connection of everything. This helps you align with love, safety, comfort, feeling how every particle, everything that is presumed to be space, all light, all matter, feeling it as all linked, all in this together. We are all in this together. Therefore, you are never alone. Any perceived separation is merely proof of your talented mind and your ability to imagine what is not there. Begin to become aware of a frequency that you may see as a beam of light entering the top of your head and flowing straight down all the way to the core of the earth. Feel yourself grounding down, anchoring into this human experience. Letting all of your non-physical energy that is available to you now come in, come join you in this human experience. Affirming to yourself, I am whole. I am connected to all. By enabling my own wholeness and completion within myself, I recognize that in doing so for me, I do so for all. I let myself come home to me. I let myself return to my truth. I am here. I am love. All is love. Take an extra big breath in on your next inhale, stomach and ribcage fully expanding, holding your breath whenever you reach the top. And whenever you're ready, just let it all go with a sigh. And as your breath returns to its regular pace, whatever that may be in this moment, allow yourself to just sit with whatever feelings are up for you. Nothing to label, nothing to judge. You simply observe what you feel. Affirm to yourself, it's all in me. Knowing I am enough as I am helps the world be enough as it is. Doing my part in remembering the truth of love helps all remember the truth of love. I feel the love within me. I feel it connecting me with all. In fact, I feel at the core of this connection is love. Now spend a few moments relaxing and enjoying this feeling. Feeling the love that exists between and within you and all. Carry this feeling with you as you slowly begin to roll your shoulders, wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, slowly open your eyes back to the world around you.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic, fantastic morning. It is Wednesday, September 7th, and it is another beautiful day. So let's start with our journals. And let's start by writing our gratitudes. What are we grateful for today? What are you grateful for on this beautiful Wednesday? Three to five things that you are grateful for. I am grateful for, or I'm grateful of, I'm grateful to. And as you finish your gratitudes, let's go to our goal. Again, writing your goal. I am so happy and grateful now that, as if it's already complete, and feel it while you're writing it out. Feel the feeling that you're going to feel once your goal is complete. So I am so happy and grateful now that. All right. And as you finish up writing your goal, let's write our money mantra. So, our money mantra: I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. Money flows to me with ease and in abundance from a variety of sources. I am a money magnet. Money flows to me with ease and in abundance from a variety of sources. All right, if everyone is ready, we'll move to our journaling for the day. Let me know if you are good to go. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So for journaling today, yesterday we talked about 10 words that actually describe us. Um, and if you need to refer back to those 10 words, you can. Basically, it was what 10 things or what 10 words describe you as a person. And some of them were good. Some of them maybe were not so good. Some of them maybe were neutral. What I'd like for you to do today is journal about the 10 things that you want to be described as. So if somebody else was looking at you, how are they describing you? What 10 words are they putting down to say, this is how I want, or this is how you envision them to see you? Okay. So try to pick 10 different words that you didn't pick yesterday, the qualities, the things that you want people to see in you. Okay. You might notice that this is going much faster than I went yesterday. Awesome, Miles. Happy to hear that. That's great. All right. So when you've got your list of 10, right, Monique, so much easier. Okay. So here's what I want you to kind of go through is you'll probably notice one thing that everything in your list is very positive and very uplifting. Um, but what I want you to quickly do and look at is out of all these things that you've written down, how many of them do you genuinely want to be and you are? And how many of them have you written down because that's just the way you want people to see you, but that's not who you really are or want to be? So if this is who you are or strive to be, put a plus or a positive next to it. But if you just wrote it down because you want people to see you as that, but that's not really who you are or who you care to be, but you want people to see you as that, then put a negative or kind of, not good, however you want to write that next to it. Okay. Now, depending on where you're at in your personal development journey and how long you've been doing this, you might be questioning the things that you wrote down, or you might be concerned about, oh, geez, why, or do I really want this, or is this really me? And a lot of times we do things, or we want people to see us in a certain light to feel accepted or loved or wanted. And when we start doing things to behave a certain way or act a certain way because of the feeling we want from people, not because we truly genuinely want that, is when we get off track. We forget our mission, our focus, and where we need to be going. And then we start living lives for others instead of ourselves. So we're going to work with these two lists again tomorrow. But it's I just hope that it'll help you determine, and as we work with it tomorrow, it'll help you realize more of what you need to do in your life and what you want in your life, rather than what you might have been doing in your life. So let's go to our audio for the day.
What you want, you'll feel good. If you're thinking about what you don't want, you'll feel bad. But either way, you get what you think about. If you're thinking about what you don't want to happen or lack of something, you'll get more of it. And you'll feel crummy, and you'll keep getting more of what you're focusing on. You get what you think about most of the time. When you're thinking about what you want, you feel good. When you're thinking about the lack of what you want, or when you're thinking about what you don't want to happen, you feel bad. So if you're feeling bad all the time, that means you are vibrating and transmitting what you don't want. So if you feel bad all the time, guess what? You're thinking about what you don't want, and you get what you think about most of the time. That's why I've said, and I'll say it again, your number one objective is to feel good all the time. Because if you're feeling good all the time, the better you feel, that means the better your thoughts. That means the vibration that's going out is on things you want. If you're feeling good all the time, that means you're vibrating what you want. That means you're thinking about what you want most of the time. Do you understand how simple it is? Just feel good all day. Laugh, sing, feel great all day. If you do that, that means you are thinking about your desires and believing you'll receive them. If you're feeling good all day, that means you're focusing on and thinking about what you want, and you're believing that you'll receive them. And if that occurs, guess what? You get them. You get what you think about most of the time. So the procedure is so simple. It is feel good all day long. Because if you're laughing and singing and feeling good all day long, you are thinking about what you want most of the time. If you're feeling bad most of the time, that means you're thinking about what you don't want, and you're thinking about the lack of things, and you're going to get most of that. That means that's what you're thinking about most of the time, and that's what you're going to get. Does this make sense? Good. Let's take a break, and for those listening to the CD, we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we're back. Talking about money now. Focusing on money. Actually, and this is why we talked about the 4 basics or the 5 basics, which is master the 4 basics. That's the fifth basic. Master the 4 basics. Who do you listen to? Teachability index, training balance scale, and the 4 steps. You can see how that is the foundation of everything we're learning here, because if we understand those concepts, then we'll learn how to apply these concepts better. The training balance scale says on one side it's the why, the thinking, the thoughts, the motivation, the attitude. And the other side is the how, the techniques, the skills, the methods, the strategies, the actions, the doing. We pointed out that 99.9% of making money or getting anything that you want or having, being, or doing anything in your life and creating anything and everything in your life, 99.9% of it is the thoughts. It's using your brain to put out a vibration, and then by law of attraction, the universe will give you circumstances, situations, and events and people to create that and bring into you, into your life, that which you're vibrating. But it'll give you events, situations, people which match the feeling, to give you matching feelings. This is why people always say, I wasn't vibrating, I wasn't thinking about a car crash. I wasn't thinking about falling down the stairs. No, but whatever feeling that event gave you, that's what you were vibrating. You were vibrating that emotion and feeling. Now you can create a specific thing by vibration, but when you're putting that out, the universe will give you circumstances, events, situations, and people which match your feeling that you're vibrating. That's what we have to be aware of. Now, when we're talking about money, how do we apply this to money? Because I am going to give you a couple specific hows or techniques and things that I'm going to do. However, the action steps are really not that relevant, and because there are virtually millions of different scenarios to make money, it's really stupid and impossible for somebody to say, I'm going to teach you a specific way to make money, because the method that I would teach may apply to you but may not apply to you. It may be something you really enjoy and want, but you wouldn't. So more important is for you to find the various methods and techniques of making money that you want, that give you the feeling that you want, and the universe will bring that into your life. But I'm going to give you some things to help you think about some certain things and focus on some certain things so you can bring into your life those certain things. So the first most important thing about making money is to want money. That's the first most important thing. You must want it. Specifically, money. At whatever level you choose. Again, the first rule or the first step of the 4-step procedure is define what you want. So if you want money, how much money do you want? That amount, again, has to be a number that when you think about it, you feel good. If you feel bad, that means it's out of the sweet spot. Because if you come up with a number, I want $1 million, and you think about that, but you feel bad, that means you're not ready to focus on that, because you're going to be pulled to thinking about the lack of it and how am I going to get that? That'll never happen to me. And then you're focusing on that, and you know that because you're feeling bad, and you'll draw in more of lack. So everybody's amount of money is different. Some of you may say, I just want a certain amount of money to help start paying down my debt. You need to come up with a dollar amount of money that you want, that you can focus on initially, that you feel good about. Now, some of you may be able to use a more general approach instead of a specific amount and saying, I just want some more money so I can relieve some of my financial pressure. And so you may be able to think about more money And when you think about just some money, any amount's fine, just some money to help relieve some pressure, maybe that is your sweet spot. And you don't have to come up with a specific amount at all. And some of you may even take a different approach and going, I just want to feel financially secure and financially free without coming up with a specific amount at all. You're now working on a feeling. And remember, the 3 ways you can define your dream or define your goal or define your want is with specificity, a specific dollar amount. I want $10,000 a month. I want $50,000. I want $100,000. I want $1 million. I want $50 million. I want $100 million. I want $1 billion. Whatever the dollar amount is, that's with specificity, with no time limit attached. The second way is general. I just want some money, some more money to do a certain thing. And the third one is just a feeling. I want to feel secure in my finances. I want to feel financially free. Now, by the way, when you're focusing on this, you wouldn't say, I want to feel no burdens financially. I don't want to feel any more financial pressure. That can't be a goal, because whatever you think about, you'll get. If you're thinking about a goal of, I don't want to feel financial pressure, you're thinking about financial pressure. Do you understand that? If you say, I don't want to have any more financial burdens, you're thinking about financial burdens. Now, this applies to everything. When you think of anything you want, you must think of what you want, not what you don't want. If you're looking at a relationship, for example, you can't say, okay, I want a person who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. No, because you're thinking about a person who's smoking and drinking. That's the vibration, because you're focusing on that. You would rather say, I want a person who lives a very healthy lifestyle, like me. So you must always put wants, desires, dreams, goals in the positive. Don't say, I want somebody who doesn't do this, or I want no more of this, or I don't want this. See, some people, when they say, tell me what you want in life. Well, I don't want to be overweight anymore. No, you want to be thin. See the difference? I want to stop having food cravings. No, you want to have a normal appetite. I don't want any more stress. No, you want to feel secure and content and relaxed. Do you understand? You always must put your wants, goals, dreams, and desires in the affirmative, in the positive sense. That way you're focusing on what you want. So always remember that. So you have 3 ways of figuring out your financial goal. A specific amount, and this will change from time to time as you go through the process. So over the next days, weeks, and months, you'll start changing this and always be changing it and fine-tuning it. You're always fine-tuning your dream and what you want, because you're experiencing things that you don't want and you're fine-tuning what you want. It becomes clearer. Therefore, your vibration is clearer, more specific, and your vibration, either it's more specific on the feeling or more specific on the desire. And the more specific it can get on the feeling or the desire or even the general sense, it does actually become more specific. It becomes more powerful, more intense, and you get a higher level of belief, which means it comes into your existence faster. So the first thing is you must have a chief aim. Chief aim means a primary focused goal when it comes to money. One of the keys of wanting things, if you go back of everything we talked about, it's you become what you think about most of the time. Which means if you really want things in your life, people always talk about a balanced life. You want a great relationship, you want great health, you want a great family, you want great social life, you want great intellectual stimulation, you want great emotions, you want great finances, you want a great career, you want to be fulfilled. Well, if you're thinking of all these things throughout the day, The question is, what are you thinking about most of the time? The answer is you're not focusing on anything. You're putting out so many different vibrations. All these vibrations are good, but none of them, therefore, can be very intense, very powerful, and none of them can be being broadcast out of your brain for a long duration. One of the secret keys that nobody will talk about, because they always talk about this balanced life, one of the secret keys we learned in society is that you become what you think about most of the time. And the key is, you can't live a balanced life. You must be focusing on a chief aim most of the time. If that's your health, that's your health. If that's your family, that's your family. If that's your finances, that's your finances. If it's your relationship, it's your relationship. If it's your intellectual pursuits, it's your intellectual pursuits. You become what you think about most of the time. Therefore, you must always have a chief aim. Some of you right now, if you were to look at the various areas of your life, you really have to ask yourself, what is your chief aim? Is it finances? Is it relationship? Is it health? Is it your spouse? Is it your career? Is it your intellectual pursuits? What is your chief aim? And the fact is, you can be broadcasting all those things, yes, but you must have a chief aim. This was taught to Napoleon Hill by Andrew Carnegie, and it's something that has been overlooked throughout history. Another way of putting it is, and this may sound negative, but it's true, you must be obsessed with what you want. Because that's the only way you can focus your broadcasting vibration. You must be obsessed with what you want. That's the only way you can continually clarify it, broadcast the vibration with power and intensity, and have the duration long enough to create it in your life. You must be obsessed. You get what you think about most of the time. So if you're putting the equal amounts of effort or equal amounts of thought across 20 different things, all those things will ultimately come into your life in varying levels and degrees. But if you want something to really come into your life fast, you must broadcast it virtually all the time, which means you must be thinking about it all the time, or most of the time. You become what you think about most of the time. You must have a burning desire. Remember Napoleon Hill? Define your goal, and later he called it define your chief aim. And he later said, define what you're going to be thinking about and what you want all the time. Define what you want and think about it all the time, and have a burning desire for its achievement. What's burning desire? Burning desire is massive obsession. You can't have a burning desire for something if you're not thinking about it all the time. Then you don't really have a burning desire for it. You need to be obsessed with it. You need to be talking about it, thinking about it, living it, breathing it, tasting it, touching it, anticipating it, as if it's already yours. You become what you think about most of the time. You need to define your chief aim and become obsessed with it and focus on it all the time. That's how you create it. Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer that ever lived, is obsessed with golf since he was a little kid. He doesn't have a balanced life. If you look at all the great athletes, all the great musicians, all the great people in any area that have achieved greatness, they don't have balanced life. Now somebody said, well, I don't want that. I want a balanced life. That's fine. And that's very good. So you can make good money and have a good relationship and be happy and have a nice family life and have a nice social life and a nice church life and all these different things and have a wonderful balanced life. That's a good chief aim. Your chief aim could be, I want to have a balanced life. I want to be really balanced and enjoy so many different things in my life. That's perfect. If you want to make massive amounts of money, or if you want to have this spectacular physique, or if you want to have the most brilliant relationship in the world, that has to be your chief aim. That means you're going to be a little bit unbalanced. You're going to be focused on and obsess with that one thing which is your chief aim. Chief aim.
All right, we will come back to this tomorrow. Let's get to our workout for today. So we'll start with our planks, move to our crunches or sit-ups, push-ups, and then squats. Let's do this. All right. All right, and squats. All right. Set one down. Move to set two in just a moment. So as Kevin Trudeau talks about, what is your biggest kind of burning desire or your obsession? What is your big thing? And it's amazing because I found that when I focus on that one thing, if there's something that, I really want to change in my life or have in my life, it comes very quickly when you make it your obsession. Because that's what you're focused on, and that's where your energy is going, that's where your mind is going, and your vibrations are going. And when all of that aligns up, things happen very quickly. So it's pretty powerful and incredible. Yeah, definitely, Monique. Doubt is doubt killed more dreams than anything else ever, right? But when you have belief, when you put trust into others in the universe, things happen, and you can achieve absolutely anything you want. So, all right, let's go to set 2. All right. Set 2 down. One more to go here. Oh, you're welcome, Monique. No cutting corners, right? Ah, we have to do what's best for ourselves all the time. Okay. Okay, so here's a joke for the day. Why did the banana go to the doctor? Why did the banana go to the doctor? Because it wasn't peeling well. Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, let's go finish off set 3 and then go and have a fantastic, fantastic day. Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on another day of becoming the best version of yourself. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Lots of love. Take care.